All right. This is Radio Free Flint. We're on the air with Cindy Johns, who's our guest today to talk about the issue of homelessness in Flint and Genesee County. She is employed at Carriage Town Ministries. Welcome, Cindy.
Thanks for having me, Art. I appreciate it.
It's my pleasure. I want to talk to you about homelessness and how Flint is approaching this, the Flint area is approaching the problem of homelessness. Do you think that stereotype has been a hurdle for your efforts to try and show people that homelessness isn't just some guy with a knapsack on his back wandering around on a railroad tracks?
I think definitely the face of homelessness has changed dramatically in the past 50 years. According to some national statistics, the average homeless person is now actually a woman in her 20s with 2 children. So, I do sometimes run across people who say, "Oh, I didn't know you helped women." I'm like, well, yeah, families come too. And because she's younger, the children tend to be young.
Right.
So the face of homelessness actually is different. The stereotype is an older guy with a beard. That's the stereotype. But homelessness is much broader than that. And in fact, and much younger. So people are homeless for a big variety of reasons. Some as simple as major crises in their lives, and they're unable to sustain their home expenses. And then others, of course, deal with issues in their life from addiction to mental health issues. And those individuals may have multiple experiences of homelessness. It takes a lot of work to change your life and to move from something like that into a self-sustaining lifestyle. So we do have people who rotate through the systems, but we do experience a number of people who come to us and have a tragedy of some sort, and they go through our program, and then they get back on their feet, and then they do not experience any more episodes of homelessness.
You say tragedy, are you talking about home fires or
yes, home
serious
fires,
illness or
medical issues, people who have lost their jobs for some reason or another, those who have quit their jobs in order to care for family members, just a huge variety of things that would cause somebody to end up without their home. But most of the population that we deal with are people from Flint and Genesee County who have experienced a tragedy or difficulty in their lives.
Yeah. Now, in terms of the dimension of this, is this in every community in Genesee County? Is it just in Flint?
I would say that it's in every community that there exists homelessness.
Now, there's a number of ways to address homelessness. That is, you call the cops and hopefully they ship them down the road. I remember it because I worked downtown for a lot of years, 2.5 decades to be exact. And we did have people who were what you call transients. And at one point, the city of Flint had downtown what they call foot patrol officers. And they would encounter these individuals and ship them on their way. In other words, don't stop here, keep going wherever else you can. We don't want you here. Has that been one approach that the city takes today, or any other city in the county, if you know?
Yes, that is an approach that you see. Unfortunately, it makes homelessness kind of a crime. And in Genesee County, I think we're trying to work away from that, where homelessness is not a crime.
Panhandling is a crime. of sorts.
Yes, it is. And
And
it
going to
is.
bathroom on the street, that's another crime.
Yes. Yeah.
And occupying a street so that people can't go by it, or a sidewalk, that's obstructing.
Yeah.
There's another crime. Is that what you're saying? Those kinds of things we don't want to pay attention to anymore?
So I think that those are a reality. So places like Carriage Town Ministries opens their doors so that people can come into Carriage Town Ministries and use the bathroom. Catholic Charities also does this. You can go in so that you don't, so that you can avoid problems with the police or whatever. And we also provide enough beds so you can sleep in a bed tonight.
So your services basically involve shelter activity, which means if you don't have a place to sleep tonight and you qualify, you can come to Carriage Town Ministries.
Yes.
But the problem in Flint with all of its unemployment, you would think would be more pronounced.
Yes, but our numbers show that there are less homeless than there were 10 years ago. Mhm.
Well, that's good news about Flint.
So perhaps these are some of the solutions that we have had in Flint. We do work together. The shelters work together, and other agencies work together for the success of the homeless person, which would be to move into a self-sustaining lifestyle, a home that they can sustain. There also is an idea at Carriage Town to assist an individual with job training and coaching.
Is it because we've had such a long history of unemployment here that we've gotten really good at homelessness? Because I wasn't expecting this when I talked to you. I am surprised. This is a good story.
Yes.
It's a good story about a bad subject. Okay.
Right. So
Yeah.
Carriage Town has been here since 1950. You know, the number of people through our facility has gone up and down through the time. We have added beds, and then other facilities have opened, but I don't necessarily know why it is that we are able to do a better job, other than I can tell you that we work together with other homeless facilities and try to coordinate care. We have a continuum of care in the city, and all the agencies that work with homelessness attend a monthly meeting, all for the express purposes of helping somebody move from a homeless situation to a self-sustaining lifestyle. So in the 1980s, we moved from the original building, that was down on the river, into the Carriage Town neighborhood. So now, and we expanded services. So they chose to take the name of the neighborhood, Carriage Town. It chose the name Ministries because not only were we providing a place to eat at night and a bed to sleep in, we had expanded services. So now, from the traditional Gospel Rescue Mission, which is a place to sleep and a place to eat and a place to sleep, you can come in at night. You have a place to eat dinner. You get showers, laundry facilities, case management, safe place to sleep, breakfast.
Cindy Johns, you are doing the Lord's work there at Carriage Town Ministry because you're taking to heart after 17 years the admonitions of the New Testament, which is to love your neighbor as yourself.
We do think that everybody who comes through our doors is a special project of God's, and therefore they are valuable.
Thank you for appearing on Radio Free Flint.